for I being a rock and roll guy, I'm a real lazy painter, and sometimes I'd only do like one painting a year. Um, that's my painting of the first album cover that we did. So I'm going to just hold up one or two. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, and is that a Colorado landscape?
No, it's more southwest.
Yeah, that's clearly there's no mountains
Yeah,
there.
sorry, New Mexico. Oh, wow.
Okay. You can't see that one very good. And then.
Oh, I know those guys.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Look at you.
And you know the hard part about that?
All of it?
This is like 18 by 24, right? And to try to get the faces right with a paintbrush, I mean, one of my Beatles pictures, I must have tried to do Ringo's face playing drums 10 or 15 times, and I went, okay, I'm going to just quit now. And here's one last one.
Oh,
it's shiny. So I've been an artist for a long time.
Do you have
what?
I say, do you have showings at all in Colorado?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough. They have these touring rock artist shows around the country that featuring Ronnie Wood of the Stones and Grace Slick of Jefferson Airplane with her White Rabbits and other people like that. And I've had a couple of pieces traveling around the country. Art galleries are tough because, their theory is, well, I got to take stuff that sells off these two walls, and it's a proven seller to put your stuff up for a weekend. So that's why we need to charge 60 or 70% for everything we sell. And I'm going, duh, So, it's a big old piranha tank, in the art world. But I really started painting a lot more during the pandemic when I wasn't working and stuff. And, I don't know if you guys know who Maxfield Parrish is, but it was one of the most famous illustrators from the early part of the 1900s. And he painted everything in blue. And I had the idea for the first album cover of a Maxfield Parrish. And I told the art director of Atlantic Records, the blah, blah, blah. And he said, that's a great idea. We'll take it from here, kid. I wanted to paint it. Yeah. And I'm glad I didn't, because the painting that the guy did on our first album cover, I told the art director, I want our first album cover, to stand out on a wall worth of 200 album covers in a record store. So people go, what the heck is that? Firefall, who's that? And so, and I did this painting off of the cover because I figured about 20 years ago, I don't want to sell that. I could sell that, at gigs or whatever. But it's art and music I found that you can kind of contact the same muse. You can allow the same creative juices from deep inside to come out. And sometimes, songs come from real painful places, and, they finish themselves in like 10 or 15 minutes, and you go, wow, where did that come from? So back to Firefall and this new record, I'm just so excited to be, playing songs from the 60s and 70s, and we're going to make one more record. And, it's really exciting in Firefall land right now.
However, you have no Southern California dates, we've learned.
Other than this darn private party. And some bands are working all the time and some bands aren't working all the time. Now, Firefalls, we're stuck right in the middle of the pack here, and I'm really happy to be in that same pack with, Atlanta Rhythm Section and Pure Prairie League and Pablo Cruz and all that kind of stuff. The big boys, get a tour all the time. But, touring nowadays is a drag. Being on stage that's fun, but airports and airlines with thousands of canceled flights any given day. Geez, it's like, the business of touring is not so much fun, but the playing of the music is great.
Yeah.
And on that, to end that thought, when we do a meet and greet and people come up to you and really tell you their stories, we got married to Just Remember I Love You, or I had a really serious illness, and for 2 years I listened to your song Boom, and it got me through. And music's the universal language, and it's amazing how much music means to so many people, and particularly music of the 70s, late 60s and early 70s. Wow.